Do-it-yourself, save the world, repair printer. That's my old printer. It was a wonderful printer. It made beautiful photographic quality prints. I had it for 5 years, if you can believe it. Inkjet printer. And I got it in 1999, and it actually 6 years, I guess it lasted. 2000 I got it, and it just died this year. Nice colors and such. Now it's replaced with this, well, probably functional, but rather boring and, I don't know, untested so far. Little black device in the corner here somewhere, wherever it is. Always a problem for someone who sees as badly as I. This is the rather nondescript device that has replaced my colorful little machine. Not that color means anything, but of course, you know, life is about living, and if you want to have color in your life, you have to surround yourself with it. And black and silver, you know, they may look cool and professional, all that, but don't you want some color in your life anyways? And of course, that printer was given to me because I owned an iMac at the time. Beautiful machine that got me through the last couple of years of university. It's now my daughter's machine. There's my beautiful little Jane with, you know, boy toy pictures on the front, which is her responsibility, not mine. But it was a great machine, and it lasted a long time. And the reason I'm whining about it now is because in April or May it suddenly stopped working, and I took it to a repair shop, and after a month of harassing them, Calgary Printer Repair it was called, though it shall of course remain nameless. So Calgary Printer Repair, they told me that it needed a print head, which is apparently about the size of those old little plastic speakers there. And so ecologically sensed carry, of course, what I would do, rather than replace the whole machine, look at the size of the machine, look at the size of the speakers. Now try to imagine the amount of material required to replace an entire machine. I mean, so they're going to recycle it. Does that mean 100% recycling? No. Nothing's 100% recycled. They'll take the electronics out and they'll melt them down. They'll take the plastic and they'll recycle it into like drinking boxes. But always when recycling, the material is then one generation less valuable. All those plastics that you melt down, you can't use them as plastics anymore. You can't make records or CDs or printers or memory sticks out of the plastic that you recycle. You have to use it in something less crappy. Don't ask me, I'm not an engineer, but that's the way it works. So originally I owned another Mac, a Mac Classic, which was about the size of this box from there up. The entire computer and monitor, not the keyboard of course, but anyways, was about the size of this box from here to there. And it was a wonderful machine. And then of course I replaced it with the aforementioned iMac, and that was in 1999. And then 2003 I think I got the PowerBook. Maybe it was 2004, somewhere around there. I don't tend to replace things too much. I tend to buy things that are going to last a long time because it's less wasteful. I mean, it costs more. I'm not going to deny that PowerBook there costs more than most laptops, but guess what? I expect, just like the iMac, that I will have it for longer than expected. I mean, that iMac is 8 years old now. It's an 8-year-old computer. It's not a portable laptop, obviously, so it has some reductions. But in the sense of long-term use, this machine has a gigabyte of memory in it. It's a 400 megahertz processor, which is, again, it's not lightning fast, but it's fast as most of the software that you're going to need. And it's never crashed on me. It's never lost information through a hardware fault. So I have an 8-year-old computer that is in fact entirely able to function. It has the most up-to-date operating system on it, OS X, and I don't know, I paid like $1,000 for it a long time ago, which was worthwhile. How many people have an 8-year-old computer that they can actually load up and run online with no restrictions of any kind at this point? I expect the same from the PowerBook. This little rant, though, is about printers, because See those little old speakers there? Even if I had to replace a print head, what kind of packaging do you think would be around something that size? I mean, sure, they'd charge me $100 to put it in, which is the same as a printer, but they said that print head replacement is 99% of the issue with most printers. The print head wears out because it does most of the work. And I was told by 2 different repair shops that if I could replace the print head and they could configure it properly, then my machine would be practically 100%. I don't know if it's true, but if they said that, I'm willing to believe them. However, what happened was, after being neglected by Calgary Printer Repair, that printer shop that shall remain nameless, I took it finally to, I found a certified Epson repair shop, which I was not able to connect with at first. They then told me, unfortunately, after a reasonable length of time, that Epson no longer supported the print head that was required. Now, I mean, it's a 7-year-old machine. That's not ridiculous. What bothers me is, we expect this. Look at this box. This is the box that printer came in. It weighs as much as the printer does. There's the printer. There's the box. The whole thing only weighs about maybe 8 pounds. And the box is, of course, like all boxes, filled with all kinds of stuff, which is technically recyclable, but not really. So every printer that you buy in replacement for garbage printers, of course, comes piled in all kinds of stuff. And so not only do you have to worry about recycling the printer, what about all the packaging you bought too? Printers are cheap. Print ink is expensive. I wonder why that is. Is it perhaps because printer making companies need to recoup the money that they've lost by making a cheap printer? No, that couldn't be. Perhaps it could. So, instead of paying $200 for a printer that I could keep for 5 years, I'll pay $69 for a printer, which I then have to pay $30 for a recycling fee and $20 for a more than 1 year warranty, and I'm going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on ink, $30 a cartridge, which I'll probably have to replace every couple months. So within about a year, this $100, $60 machine will have cost me about $250. And I'll have to replace it. That's smart.
Place a place.